skip this part if you want to, but if you want to know the backstory, how this little project came to be, I just will explain it to you. This might be a little longer than some of the other videos, but um, it's an interesting story if you want to hear it. I had a friend, I have a group of friends actually that I get up about 4 o'clock in the frickin' morning every morning and I talk to on the radio. There's a guy in Brazil, a guy in Antigua, a guy in Cleveland, a guy in Tallahassee, a guy here, a guy there. And we all have a big fun time in the mornings, if as much of fun as you can have it 4 or 5 in the morning. We're all in different time zones. So anyway, we talk just about every day. Well, my friend in Cleveland, his name's Joe. Joe wanted to learn Morse code, and he was having a hard time with it. I said, Joe, I can teach you Morse code. He said, how? And I said, well, I learned it in the Navy. And I asked him if he'd ever thought about it being rhythm patterns instead of memorizing dits and dots. And he said, you don't have to memorize that? And I said, well, you have to know how many dits and dots there are in a certain letter and how they're arranged. But I said, you don't have to, when you're sending and receiving Morse code, you don't have to count dits and dots. You have to recognize it as a rhythm pattern. Easy for me to say, right? You have to recognize it as a rhythm pattern, a song. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, an F, for instance, isn't dit, dit, da, dit. It's dit-a-da, dit. He said, yeah? And I said, yeah. I said, that's the way they taught me in the Navy. I said, I was allotted 12 weeks in the Navy to learn Morse code, and I learned it in about 3. I said, because I figured out really quickly that it was rhythm patterns. And I was in the high school band. I loved music, and that kind of thing. Not necessarily high school band music, but I loved music, and I was familiar with it. And I'm like, oh, that's a rhythm pattern. When I started listening to the Morse code that the Navy was putting in the headsets, I was like, rhythm patterns, and we were copying it down on a keyboard, and I was just banging it out. And next thing you know, I qualified 35 words a minute. And we're talking about a straight key, J38 key. And there's 20 of us in a class, and we're all trying to bang it out. And we're all trying to listen to it and copy it down on what back then was a typewriter, an electric typewriter. So he said, well, how can you teach me? And I'm like, well, I have this little, I'll make a video. I'll make a video of the letters and stuff, and then anytime you have a question, I'll make a new video. And he said, well, are you going to email? I'm like, no. I have a YouTube channel, and at the time I had a family YouTube channel, and I said, I'll just put it up there. I'll give you the link, and you can just, you can watch it there, or you can download it or whatever you want to do. So he said, okay. And so I did that. And the next thing you know, I get a call from a guy at the ARRL, and I won't say who it is or anything, and because it's not officially a sponsor, but he said, I wish you'd make an entire series and make a little video for each letter. And he said, if you do, I'll send it up to a certain person, and that person will publicize it for you through the regionals. And I said, sure, okay, I'll do that, And so I did that, and I didn't think much more about it. So then one morning, a couple weeks later, I'm talking to my buds in the morning, all the guys, and Joseph says, man, what about your video? What about your YouTube channel? I said, what are you talking about? He said, have you looked at your YouTube channel today? And I'm like, no. He said, go look. And I did, and so all of a sudden I had about 40,000 hits on that video. And I'm like, whoa, what happened here? And that day, the guy from the ARRL called me, and he said, this is good. And I hadn't finished it yet because I was just kind of puttering around at it, getting it up there to Joseph, and he was going slow anyways. And it wasn't his top priority. But anyway, that's how this came about. I talked to the guy, and he said, you should make the whole series, make the whole alphabet, make the numbers, signs, and stuff, and put it together as a course. So I'm just finishing this course now, and I hope I'll get some more publicity out of it. But anyway, that's the backstory. That's how this whole thing started. So I want you to understand I am not some kind of an expert at Morse code by any stretch. I'm just the guy that was in the Navy. I was a CW operator. I was a CW operator on a ship. And they taught me, and they taught me very fast how to do Morse code, how to hear it, and how to send it. And I think I can teach you. The thing to do is listen, learn, don't overthink it. It's simple. It's really, really simple, and it's really, really fun once you get to do it. You know, it's people just overthink it. They overthink it way too much. So don't do that. You know, don't make it hard. It's not hard. Don't make it harder than it is. Just enjoy it. It's fun. It's something fun to do. So enjoy it. Don't make it hard. Don't overthink it. Enjoy it. So there's the backstory. Here's the advertisement. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. That helps me out a lot. This is my part-time job. It's all I got. I'm an old guy. Can't do much else anymore. I stumbled across this accidentally, like I just explained to you, so it really helps me out. If you'd like to leave a tip for any of my videos, right down there you can leave a tip. I'm not begging for money, but if you appreciate it, you know. Anyway, anyways, I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope you enjoy the course. If you've made it this far through this video, you're doing pretty good. So anyway, enjoy the course. Don't give up. Don't make it harder than it is. And best wishes to you. All the best from me to you. This is W5FIV. My name is Jim.